Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to The Void by Shin Dynasty. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, welcome to my channel. I hope you stay a while. If you're a returning tribe member, welcome back. You know I love you. Thank you so much for joining me yet again. Today I want to speak with you all about confronting trauma, okay? Past pain, trauma, significant challenge, what have you, disappointment, deep grief, sadness, all of that. Earlier on in my journey, as I was exploring how to heal myself from my own trauma, I was given a vision from spirit, and I want to share that with you because it may be helpful to someone out there in TV land. So, what I was shown was myself, okay? I was walking through the woods. These woods were beautiful, and I was very comfortable on the path that I was on within these woods. And although I didn't know exactly where I was headed, I knew intuitively, therefore I was not afraid, okay? I didn't have any anxiety within me, questioning like, I don't even know exactly where I'm headed. Each step that I was taking while I was in these woods I felt very sure, I felt very comfortable. And it felt like my movement was very purposeful, okay? Now, this went on for a little while, and I was kind of, just looking around, and as I was journeying forward and just taking it all in, and then seemingly out of nowhere, there was this huge black wall that just appeared in front of me. So quickly that I almost ran into it. This wall was as high up as my eyes could see and was as far to the right and to the left as my eyes could see. And I remember being jarred by this, of course, like, oh my God, what the hell is going on here? What is this? And naturally, while I'm, sizing this wall up, I'm thinking to myself, it doesn't look like I can climb this thing. There are no ridges within this. I don't have any equipment on me to get over this wall. I'm looking to the right, I'm looking to the left. I can't see an end to this. So naturally, I'm just going to start walking in one direction and just hope that there's, a way around. Okay. Hope that this wall ends at some point. So, they showed me, I'm walking, I take off walking to the right. I'm walking. It seems like forever that I'm walking. Okay. And I don't know how long it is in matter of time, but it seems like a very, very long time. And then I get to the point where it hits me like, okay, I don't think this wall ends over here in this direction. Who knows how far this wall goes, So I'm like, okay, in complete desperation, I turn around and head back to that, to the spot where I came upon the wall, okay? I reach that spot, I look to the left, and I'm like, I'm exhausted, but I have to get around this wall to continue on my journey. I have to. And so I'm running on empty right now. It's just pure adrenaline, basically, that's allowing me to keep walking. So I start headed to the left, okay? And I'm walking, I'm dragging myself along. Like, and I keep telling myself it'll come to a point where I'll be able to go around it, okay? And I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm walking, and then it's just I'm getting slower and slower and slower and more exhausted, all right? And more defeated in my mental space too. I just feel myself, the thoughts that I'm having are just like, oh, there's no way around this. You're gonna have to give up. You're gonna have to go back to where you came from, or you're just gonna have to stay here, or whatever. There's no way around this. And so I finally get to a point after following the wall to the left, like as far as I possibly can, where I'm just like, no, this isn't happening. All right. And so I don't end up going back to that middle point because I can't get there. At this point I don't have anything left. So I'm like, okay. And in my humanness, in my mental body, it seems like I'm doing this for like years. That's what it feels like. The timeline feels like to me in my humanness and my mental body as they're showing this to me. It feels like I'm at this for years trying to get around this damn wall. Okay. Just to give you an idea of, a timeline that, could be, that could fit there. And so, I remember that I'm there, I'm just depleted and desperate and just completely wiped out, vulnerable, nothing left. I'm on the ground. And I look at this wall and this sensation comes over me, because I know that I can't climb it and I can't get around it. you know I just want to know what this is. This, when you're being defeated by something, you're like, you get to the point where you're so frustrated that you're like, I'm going to figure out every element, aspect. I want to know what this is, where it came from, why it's here, what is this about, you get to a level of frustration where you're like, okay, I'm figuring this out. So I felt that sensation, that kind of rush of fire come over me. And so I got up with whatever energy was left, and I went to the wall and I touched it. And this was the first time that I even got the idea to actually touch the wall. Okay. Well, being that close to the wall and then reaching out to touch the wall, that's when I realized that this isn't a solid wall. It's kind of a very dense, smoke-like black thing that I thought was a solid wall that I could not climb and could not get around. My hand goes into the wall. I reach my hand back real fast. I panic. I'm like, what the hell? It's frightening. It's jarring. Okay. And being that close to the wall, it has this very ominous feeling to it. You know, I'm looking at this wall. I put my hand in again slowly. I pull my hand back out. I put my hand back and I wave it to the right. I wave it to the left, up, down. I'm starting to examine this. What could this be? What could this be? So then my guide comes in and tells me, enter the space. And of course, in my mind, I'm like, oh no, that's not a place for me. Why would I want to go in there? I can only imagine. First of all, I have no clue what's in there. Second of all, from what I'm feeling about this and how it looks, whatever's in there isn't going to be great. Okay. And my guide says again, enter the space. Okay. Now, the back and forth for the years, it seemed, and not being able to pass, I'm at a point of just pure exhaustion and desperation that I'm like, okay, my guide's telling me to enter the space. You know, I'm pretty sure that I'm probably going to die in there, but I'm going to enter the space because where else can I go? You know, I've already completed everything behind me. So if I go back to any of that, that's a metaphorical death in and of itself. I have to go forward. Okay? So I end up entering the space, and just as I imagined, pitch black. Can't see anything. Not an ounce of light in this space, okay? So I enter in very slowly. I take step after step after step, very slowly, while my arms are kind of feeling around in front of me. All right. I don't know. Is there a cliff here? You know, is there some kind of monster in here? Is there, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's in here. All right. Then my right foot, bam, hits something. I'm like, oh shit. What is that? You know? So I kind of reach down, I'm feeling around. It has kind of the shape of a box. And so I'm like, okay, well, it's not gonna eat me, so you know, let me move around, okay? And as I go forward, I'm starting to kind of run into things that I can feel, and I'm feeling around, and I'm like, okay, there are things in here for sure. All right, I have to be very careful about where I'm stepping. All right, I get a little further down, and then out of nowhere, bam, something grabs my arm. And whoa, I freak out, I run, I trip, I fall to the ground. Okay? I'm screaming, and then I hear my guide say, calm yourself. Calm yourself. Stay where you are. Okay? And so I'm like hyperventilating, you know, so I start, okay, I'm okay. I start calming myself down. Calm yourself. Okay? My guide tells me nothing in this space has the ability to hurt you. I'm like, are you sure? Because something or someone just grabbed me. Okay? And I can't see a goddamn thing in here. All right? So my mental, you know, my mind kind of took over, you know, went into overdrive with that. My guide said, calm yourself. Nothing in here has the ability to hurt you. Okay, so I start calming down. I'm calming down. Okay? All right. I'm calm. Because whatever grabbed me isn't around me right now, you know. I feel relatively okay. Okay. Then my guide told me, you created everything in this space. And nothing in this space has the ability to harm you. Nothing in this space has the ability to harm you. You created this space. And I'm thinking to myself, I created this space. What the hell? Where am I? You know, where am I? And then it hit me. It dawned on me. I'm in my subconscious mind. This is the great unknown to me at that time in my life. You know, this was all the goings on, all the space that dictated my actions, my decisions in life, you know, and I didn't know what the hell was in this space or how the space was created or how to tap into this space. Well, all of a sudden I find myself in the great unknown in my subconscious mind. Completely dark, running into all the things that I have placed there over how many lifetimes, who knows, okay? So now, okay, all right, this changes the game a bit. All right, okay, all right. Now, how the hell do I get out of here? Okay, so, but as I'm sitting there and just kind of taking this in, this information is coming to me. The object isn't the objective isn't to escape as quickly as I can. The objective is to uncover and shed light, illuminate the darkness of my subconscious mind. Okay? Because the only way to move through and out is to examine. Okay? So, I was led while I was in that space, in that darkness on the ground. I was led to go within. Meditate, brighten your light. Raise your vibration, okay? Fill this space with your heart. And so I begin to meditate. And as my eyes were closed in that dark space, you know how your eyes are closed, and if anything, any light comes on, you can see, you can see that the space around you filling with light with your eyes closed. So that's what started to happen. I could see light starting to come. And I kept meditating. I kept filling the space with my heart. My guide said, "Open your eyes." I opened my eyes. Everything was visible to me. That darkness, that dark space was full of light. And I could see all of the boxes, what looked like, boxes, just rectangle and square shaped things, and looked like treasure chests and all kinds of things in there. Okay? And then I started hearing all kinds of sounds too. It sounded like a bunch of conversations happening at the same time. All right? And I was overwhelmed by the feeling. Just felt like if all of your memories from, even just this lifetime just flooded you all at once, I would imagine that's how it would feel, okay? Just rather powerful, impactful, overwhelming, okay? My senses were just overwhelmed, all right? And then I got the notion to start examining, start unpacking, so to speak. Okay, so I start going through things. What is this? I examine it. How do I feel about this? And if it's a clear feeling, then I just put it back, There are items in there that I came across that made me feel sorrow, made me feel hurt and pain and all of this, My guide led me. Whenever you pick up an item that makes you feel that way, you have to go in. Okay? Examine. Go in. Because there's a treasure in each item in this place. Okay? There's a ball of light. So it's kind of like I'm in this space, I'm taking these objects, and they're not like objects like, headphones, cups, stuff like that. No, these are like kind of like dark colored spheres that are made of some kind of material. I don't know what this material is. I'm not familiar with this material. Okay. So in order to examine, what I'm having to do is take these spheres and these squares and all of these different shapes that are in this dark, hardened material, and I'm breaking them open. Okay. And as I break them open, there's all of these little items, other items that are inside. And I have to pick each one of these little items up, and I have to examine them. Okay. And then when I get to a certain item, that item turns into a ball of light in my hand. And then that light, whenever I see that ball of light, I'm like, oh, this is the gem. This is what I'm supposed to take with me. And I put it in my pocket. Okay. And then I put it in my backpack, and I put them in my pocket, and I'm just going through everything, and I'm breaking all of these things, and I'm examining every little piece of this dark hardened material. And then I pick a piece up, and it turns into that orb of light, and I put it in my backpack, or I put it in my pocket, and then I move on, and I'm shifting through everything. This is going on and going on and going on and going on, okay? And as I'm moving through this space, and as I'm picking everything up, I'm examining everything, I'm in my intuition, I'm in my emotional body. How do I feel about this? How do I feel about that? What is this about? What is that about? And I'm collecting all of the gems and leaving everything else there. And as I'm moving through this space, the light keeps getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. Okay? And when I get to what seems like the end of this, like I feel like, oh my goodness, I think I'm getting ready to exit. I think this is the place, where I could be exiting. I don't know for sure. When I get to this space and my pockets are full of these orbs and my backpack is full, and I can only see just a couple more of these, these spheres, these black, dark spheres and boxes there. I'm like, okay, here we go. So, I go through those last containers, so to speak, and I grab, and I sift through and I touch everything, and, and I get my orbs, all right? And I sift through all of the emotionality and, use my intuition to guide me through. And then I keep walking forward, and I step out, and the next step that I take is on grass. And I move out, I take another step, I can see the sun, I can see the trees. I whip around and I look, and there's that black wall. Okay? I just went through it. All right? At that moment when I had turned around and looked at this wall with my pockets and my backpack full of these orbs of light, I look at this wall and it hits me. Okay? The only way out is through. The only way out is through. What my guides did there for me is they took me through the process of healing your past, okay? Leaving behind, examining everything, leaving behind what does not suit me and what does not help me in my future, and taking all of those orbs of light were those lessons, those gold nuggets that were in every single experience, good, bad, ugly, horrifying, great, glorious. There's always that orb of light in every single experience. That's what we are to take forward with us, nothing else. That particular space will never need to be visited by me ever again. I cleared it out. I got everything I needed out of it, and now it's done. Okay? Now, as this realization is coming over me, the wall that was this dense black smoke begins to solidify. Had that kind of crackling sound as it began to solidify. I reached back out to touch it. Bam! I hit solid, what felt like rock. Okay? And as it solidified all the way to the right, as far as the eye could see, all the way to the left and all the way up, then it started to shrink. And it shrank down until boop, it disappeared. And so that was a confirmation to me, that particular space never to be revisited. You got everything you needed. That's done. Now your pockets and your backpack are full of all the gold nuggets from every experience you've ever had. These orbs will help you move forward, will help you be more capable. Okay? These orbs are your gifts, are your talents, your courage, your determination, your wisdom, your clarity, your insight. These orbs that you have with you will help carry you through the rest of your journey. Keep these with you. Okay? And I'm like, no problem, because these things are pretty cool and they're as light as air, so it doesn't feel like I'm carrying anything. All right? No problem. I'll keep these with me. Okay? And they're cool to look at. They make me feel good. All right? So I wanted to share that vision with you all to help you understand that the way, the path, out of your own pain and your trauma is through. The only way to heal something is to fully examine it, is to step into it. Okay? So as those memories are coming up and as those feelings are coming up, oftentimes our, first reaction to that is, oh, think of something else, or nope, not dealing with that, not going there, nope, go do something real fast, or, whatever. And we avoid and run. Well, I want you to connect that with the vision that I just shared with you, because when we're, nope, not dealing with that, not looking at it, run. When we're running, that's exactly what I was doing when I was going all the way to the right, coming back to the center, all the way to the left until I ran out of steam. You remember that I told you in my humanness, that felt like it was going on for years. Okay? Because that's what most of us do. We run from our pain for years and years and years, and sometimes lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. So my guide was showing me and taking me through the process. Where you were on the other side of that wall, that's where most people are. And that's where most people stay. Most people say there's no way around this wall. There's no way, I can't climb over this wall. Whatever. This is where I am. Okay? And that's where the frustration comes in, and how, and if you're one of those people who has, said to yourself at any point in time, God, I feel like I keep banging my head against the wall. I feel like I can't move forward. I feel like something's holding me back. That's the position that you're in, or that you were in, okay? You're right there. The wall appeared. You didn't know what to do about it. Got frustrated. trying to get around it, and you can't. All right. So when these things appear, okay, these traumas, when they appear as memories, or you get triggered by something someone says, or something that you see happen, or some bit of information that you gain, or a scent or a feeling, or you hear a song and it triggers you. I want you to try to calm yourself, okay? And don't run. Observe. Because if that thing is still popping up, that means there's something to be examined there. And if that thing's still popping up, that means that you have not retrieved your orb of light or your gold nugget from that. You have not learned all that there is to learn from that experience. And when you keep running from something, you rob yourself of the ability to gain that knowledge in order to truly move forward, not to ignore it or pretend it never happened, even though it's in your subconscious mind, which means it is affecting your life on a regular basis, affecting your relationships, affecting your money, affecting your spiritual health, your connection, okay? It's affecting everything. If it's in your subconscious and it's still back there yelling and trying to grab at you, all right? It's having some kind of negative pull in your life for sure. So whenever it comes up, it's the universe lovingly giving you yet another opportunity to go deep. Don't run from it. Stay still. Examine. Step into it. Step into it. Think about, allow your mind to go to what happened, even though it's so fucking painful. Allow yourself to go there. Okay? And tell yourself, this is going to be the last time that I revisit this. And I'm going to stay in this, and I'm going to look at every aspect of this that happened. I'm going to dig deep and ask myself, what did I gain from this? Is it that I gained a level of strength that I never knew I had? Is it that I gained some kind of gift, some kind of skill? Did this traumatic experience heighten my intuition? Did it give me a gift of a deepened understanding of the human experience? Am I able to read people better, much quicker because of this experience? Okay? Did this experience teach me discernment? Did this experience teach me to go with my gut instinct? Did this experience teach me that not everyone is to be trusted? No matter if they're considered a friend, family member, whatnot, that I always have to, not to harshly judge people and not to be afraid, but to always be aware and always be paying attention. All right? Because this is a realm of duality. The light is not the only energy source that exists here. The darkness also exists here. Perhaps this happened in order to teach me that, in order to solidify that within me, so that I go through life from a different vantage point, so that I'm no longer naive towards these things. Perhaps I went through this trauma to keep me from going through traumas that were far greater, and far more prevalent in the future. Perhaps this point in time, as painful, as horrible as it was, perhaps this here saved me from even more trauma in the future. This is where I learned to be sharp, to pay attention. Okay? So I want you to go in, not to run from, not to try to get around, above, or around, under, dig under. No, I want you to go in. Okay? Go in, examine. Once you go through that process and you extract that lesson, that orb, that gold nugget, you put it in your pocket and you leave all those pieces from all of those, containers that you shattered in order to get that lesson out. Okay? You leave all that shit where it is. Leave it in the past. That stuff's heavy. You don't want to carry it with you. And it has no value. It can't do anything for you. So you're going to leave it there. The only thing you're taking is that light as air orb, that gold nugget of information, that gift. And that's what's going to help you continue along your journey. That's what's going to protect you. That's what's going to support you. That's what's going to guide you. So that's what you're focused on finding. All right, beautiful souls. I hope this has helped someone, okay, I hope it helps to give you a visual of what this process looks like, okay, and how to successfully confront your own pain, your own trauma. And do not be afraid. This is something that has happened. It is not currently happening. Okay? This is something that does not have the power to hurt you or harm you in your current position. It can only bring you pain and hurt you and harm you if you decide to keep holding on to it. Okay? And we hold on to the things that we do not properly understand, and we hold on to the things that we don't know how to release, or we don't know what to do with. All right? So this is a process that you can utilize to overcome the darkness of your past. Okay? All right, beautiful souls. That's all I have for now. I will be covering more on, healing, of course, and the different methods of healing. And, I will be speaking to you all more about understanding trauma, how it happens, why it happens, what comes of it. We'll be talking about that in great detail in later videos, okay? All right. Well, I love you so much. Thank you for joining me again. And I hope that you do return. I love you. Please take care of yourself. Please stand fully within your power. Especially when it comes to your healing journey. Okay, you are the power, and you are in control of your healing journey. Okay, there is nothing to fear. All right, well, until next time, much love. Shin Dynasty signing out.